right, at 6 p.m. I'll call this to order. We're having a hearing, on a variation hearing on property legally described as Lot 5, Block 10, Plan 587, known as 330 Fisher Avenue. And I'd ask the applicant step forward, say your name for the record, and briefly describe.
Michael Ward, 330 Fisher Avenue. It's 1,488 square feet on the bottom floor for retail, and there'll be 2 high-end, 2-bedroom apartments on top.
Okay, and so the variation you're requesting is?
Variation requesting is I need 5 parking spots for that, and I need a variation for 4.
Okay.
Sorry, 1. Bring it down to 4.
Okay. Did you want to add anything else?
I don't think so.
No? Okay. Would anybody else like to speak to the hearing?
Yes, I'd like to speak. I live directly across the lane. I'm not directly across, but almost directly across. I've been in at 327 La Rose since 1983, and I've seen a lot of different businesses and apartments go through that building. And invariably, every time there's more than 3 vehicles parked in that back lane, that's all that parking lot can handle. I don't care how you configure it. It can only handle 3 vehicles. It's 33 feet wide. And if you take a vehicle averaging 8 feet, I mean, if you want to get the door open, you're not going to fit more than 3 on there without banging against each other. And what happens is it results in my parking lot across the lane being the overflow parking lot. I've had my fence damaged, my shed damaged. I've had nothing but trouble with that. I can't get Case to come and tow vehicles when they're there. I've had the one Autopac claim to pay the damage on my property. Other than that, I'm digging in my pocket. That place can't handle more than 3 vehicles. I'm telling you, I don't care what way you put them in there. I measure my half ton, it's 21 feet long. If you park it diagonally, you're never going to get in and out of there without trouble. You're blindsided on the south side by Kelsey bus lines, and it's a downhill slope in the winter. It's always trouble, always trouble. And you look at the building now, it's the grass is like 3 feet high. Nobody's looking after it. It's like a ghetto there. I mean, it just reflects what goes on all the way around there. Like the town doesn't clean up the weeds, do any scrubbing or weed control or anything else, and that's the way it is in that place. It's always been like that. The garbage cans are always overflowing, not sealed properly, garbage all over the place. 4 spots aren't going to work there. That's all I've got to say.
Anybody have any comments or questions?
I had a question of Mr. Rourke.
Sure. Yeah. Matthew, come back up.
I had, on looking at the survey and checking it again, I'm just wondering about, is there walkways beside the building to go from the parking lot to the main street? Are there
Well, you can walk on both
sufficient?
sides if you want right now. One side is blocked off. The other side is wide open. There will be a fence, a gate there.
Well, the reason I ask that is there's stair access to the second floor on both sides of the building. The one.
We'll move it to one side, just for
Oh,
ease of
okay,
everything.
because it just showed the way it was, and I wondered, if there's parking there, how do they?
No, I'll probably move both entrances to one side, just for common sense.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else? I'll declare the hearing closed then. Thank you. And we will now begin our council meeting for June 26th, 2017. Call the meeting to order. Item number 2 on the is adoption of the agenda, please.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Rock. Be it resolved that the agenda be adopted as presented.
Any questions? Any additions? Call the question, all in favor? Carried.
Oh, jeez.
Item number 3, confirmation of minutes.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Rock. Be it resolved the minutes of the public hearing, regular council meeting, and the committee of the whole of June 12, 2017 be hereby approved. All statutory declarations having been complied with.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, any concerns, any questions?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Under the Committee of the Whole Minutes 2.1, was the point in the town look at some type of funding to hire someone to come up with a plan on how to deal with, we were talking about our homeless issue?
No, that's the past council meetings.
My intent was more, not someone, but like an industry expert. I know Randy had mentioned consultant's probably not the right word either. I wanted to have it clarified, like, we're not just looking for someone, we're looking for someone who's been through this before. Someone with industry experience, or whatever terminology.
And I'm sorry, and you're looking for,
That was an amendment, because that was
Amendment to the minutes.
that was
Saying-
my,
You can't accept it.
So
You'll
then
have to
instead
come
of-
back at the next meeting to make changes.
okay, well, yeah.
Yep.
So we'll ask for an amendment and we'll pass these minutes of the committee of the whole up there.
No, you can't pass them
you
until
can't
the
pass
next
them.
council meeting now.
I realize that. Next council meeting, which will be in July. Yeah,
Wouldn't we require a motion then to table them?
I'm going to ask for that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I'll do this in 3 parts then. A confirmation of minutes for the June 12th public hearing. Can I do that? Can I?
No, it's all one resolution, so the whole thing will have to come forward, right?
You just call the question was tabled.
The whole thing.
Okay, call the question?
Tabled.
Tabled. Okay. Thank you.
Is it, are we clear what the amendment is that Councillor Gibb is looking for?
just want
The
to be
hiring of someone with industrial experience, industry experience.
Or relevant?
relevant experience, whatever that part is,
Experience.
relevant, yeah.
I don't know that industrial is really the right word.
Industry, but yeah, it
Yeah.
wasn't, no.
Can we just give you the sign that's tabled?
Oh,
Okay. Gotcha.
all right, item number 4, citizens period. Anybody wishing to speak to council? Item number 5, CAO report.
So the following is an update as it relates to various departments as of June 19th. Museum has been hosting several school tours. It's that time of year where fire department is also busy giving school tours. Museum and recreation staff have been spending a lot of time in preparation of Canada Day events. Museum partnered with Storytellers Film Festival to show Indigenous films on National Aboriginal Day. QP contract negotiations are still ongoing. Met with the Paw Friendship Center and the Family Resource Center as it relates to their proposal of 145 LaRose Avenue. Recreation is working with schools as it relates to year-end and school trips. Summer swim lessons are complete. The pool will also be closed July 24th to August 7th as per the usual shutdown. Kids Camp starts July 4th and will continue through August 25th. Recreation will be hosting a babysitting course alongside with OCN on June 24th. HR has been busy with interviews and reference checks for summer hires. I think we've now got all our summer hires complete and most of them will be starting next week. Benefits Committee has been meeting as it relates to the review of our current benefits programs. Negotiations with steelworkers are still ongoing. Weather has been hampering public park and playground maintenance. As you can see from around the community, I think it's hampering everybody. Completed 2015 year-end reconciliation and all is at the auditor and working on 2016 audit. Processing tax sale. Tax statements have been sent out and payments are slowly trickling in. As mentioned earlier, we have daily hall tours, or fire hall tours. Letters are being sent out for unsightly premises. Fire prevention officer passed his inspection exam with a 90% average. 6 building permits were taken out in the past 2 weeks. Fire practice has changed to alternate days to accommodate the majority of the firefighters. So 1 week they'll have it on a Tuesday, the following week Wednesday. We have 5 new recruits by the end of May, which will bring the roster up to 27 again. Kevin Lamar, Mark Rice, and Kyle Herman have been promoted to fire lieutenants. Congratulations to those 3 gentlemen. It's sad to see, but we have Justin Thwaites who's leaving the Paw Fire Department and he's taken a full-time job out of province and we sure wish him well. Street sweeping is ongoing in the downtown core area. There have been a few water breaks that have been happening. As you can see, there's a couple of valves being replaced on Third Street. Part of that is because they're leaking, and part of them is in preparation for the upgrade of Third with the pavement. Again, weather's putting some setbacks on the curbing, patching, and concrete. We're preparing for the La Rose Avenue project. I think Sam and Chris letters have either already been sent or will be sent out to those that will be affected by the project. And they're working on the crosswalk and LED project.
Okay. I have just one comment, and I don't want to put you on the spot, if you can just get me the answer. I'm curious as to what the building permits were taken out on, like what's being built.
Most of the garages and a couple of houses at Clearwater Lake, a couple of the Lakeside subdivision.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
All right, we'll move along then to committee reports, 7.1.1, Provida Corporation.
Moved by Councilor Rock, seconded by Councilor Zelinski. Whereas Trevita is a company that specializes in energy and environmental waste service, therefore be it resolved that council authorize the mayor and the assistant CAO to sign the service agreement with Trevita for their use of the municipal solid waste landfill for their bioremediation cell as the proposal of treated soil, for the disposal of treated soil for a term from May 1st, 2017 to May 1st, 2019. This is basically a renewal of a current contract and activity that we have already been doing with this company.
Great, thank you. Any questions? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All in favor? Carried. 7.1.2, parking lot controllers.
Moved by Councilor Rock, seconded by Councilor Zelinski. Whereas the town put out a request for a proposal with regards to parking lot controllers, and whereas one submission was received, therefore be it resolved that council accept the RFP submitted by Trevs Electric in the amount of $13,122 for the supply, delivery, and installation of parking lot controllers for the town office, the museum, the library, arena, and wellness center, and the town garage. And therefore be it resolved that the monies to be expended from the Bipolar 3 Reserve Fund.
Okay, any questions on this? Call the question. All in favor? Let's go to 7.1.3, Enhanced Building Operations Program.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Rock. Whereas the town put out a request for proposal with regards to a civic center feasibility study through the Enhanced Building Operations Program from Manitoba Hydro. Therefore, be it resolved that council accept the RFP submitted by SMS Engineering for Phase 1 of the civic center feasibility study, and be it further resolved that the monies be expended from the Federal Gas Tax Reserve Fund.
Any discussion on this item? Call the question. All in favor? That is carried. Okay, 7.1.4, Thumb Excavator.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Rock, whereas the town put out a tender for the delivery and supply of a thumb attachment for the Hitachi ZX220W3 excavator. And whereas several responses were received, therefore be it resolved that council accept the bid submitted by Toromont Cat for the delivery and supply of a thumb attachment for the Hitachi ZX220W3 excavator, including valves, hoses, and auxiliary attachment for the joystick in the amount of $10,133, and be it further resolved that the monies be expended from the Machinery Equipment Reserve Fund.
Okay, any discussion on this item? Call the question. All in favor? Okay, we are carried. 7.3.1, MBCI yearbook advertising.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Commodore, be it resolved that council authorize the purchase of a half-page ad in the MBCI 2017 yearbook in the amount of $100 with the monies to be expended from the grants to organizations account.
Any discussion on this item?
Just have a quick question.
Sure.
Can we not just set a limit to make it easier for everyone? So we don't have to talk about $100 expenditures like this?
I have no issue with
Does
that.
that work for you guys? Would that make it easier? Jen's giving me,
We had suggested that a few months ago when it was a Paul Arts Council, when it came
Yeah.
up in committee of the whole,
Council
and
wanted
council
it
was
back.
not in favor of it.
right, but what I'm
Council
saying,
wanted each one separate to come to them for approval. But if you want that changed, then by all
We
means,
can
we
put it
can
back on
do
the
it in a
agenda.
policy. and put
I
it
think
back.
part of the problem in the discussion was that then, therefore, the onus is almost on you guys if you say yes to something that then we say, well, we didn't want to spend money on that, like, so that puts you guys in a tough situation, because while it's fine to say, like, we'll set a minimum or a maximum that you can't spend more than, say, $500 on advertising, you might think it's a great idea to advertise on something, and 3/4 of council doesn't agree with that, and that puts you in a tough spot. So that's just something to also think about, is that if we're giving that authority away, we have to be okay with totally giving that authority away, and nobody can come back afterwards and say, no, I'm not okay with that, because we said okay, and that means carte blanche, not, well, I didn't mean, or.
but this comes from the grants and our organizations account. So if we're saying here, manage your account, if it's more than 500, let us know. If it's not, no. You spend all the money, and there's no money in the account, then we gotta say no to everyone.
Would council like this brought back to the table again?
Apparently.
I would, but I don't know, but I can't speak for everyone.
Maybe we should be looking at this when it comes budget time and build it into a budget so it's already pre-approved, it and any others that fall into this category, because the question becomes is where's the money coming from? Before you talk about spending, you have to talk about, do we have the budget committed?
There is money in the budget
Money.
in this account.
Is council okay with buying a half-page ad in the MVCI yearbook for $100?
Well, we already said we were at committee of the whole, so.
Any more discussion?
Is it coming back or not? Yes,
Yeah,
I
we're
would
gonna-
say yes, we're agreed on the thing, and is it coming back or not? That's what
We are
we
going
have
to
to
pass
decide.
this, and then we'll have it brought back for discussion. Not this particular item, but the general idea.
Right, but is that what everyone wants?
Yes?
Yes?
I'm fine with having a discussion.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not arguing about that.
I'll call the question then. All in favor? Opposed, if any? You're opposed? Okay. Okay, 7.3.2 payroll and accounts.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councilor Commodore, be it resolved the council authorize the following accounts. Pay period number 11 in the amount of $116,637.74. Check number 18946 to 19091 in the amount of $1,234,352.92. Electronic funds transfer in the amount of $74,826.45.
Any discussions? Any questions, queries? Call the question. All in favor? Okay. Carried. 7.4.1, variation application 2017-02.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Alan Gibb, whereas the town received a variation application from the True Blue Developments to vary the 30-foot front yard requirement to 19 feet and 19.5 feet at the 1508 Gordon Avenue. And whereas the town, and whereas the town held a public hearing on June 12, 2017, therefore be it resolved that council approve variation application number 201702 as submitted by the True Blue Developments to vary the required 30-foot front yard requirement to 19 feet and 19.5 feet at 1508 Gordon Avenue.
Okay. I think we're all fairly clear on that. Any discussion? I'll call the question. Oh, sorry. Councillor Roy?
I see that it doesn't, the resolution doesn't include the actual location or property we're talking
That's
about.
right here, 1508 Gordon Avenue,
Read in the resolution.
in two locations, actually. And again, on the application,
Yeah, I know it was on the application.
if you want, you can have a look at it. It's on the resolution up here and down there.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one, I'm sorry, Gordon Alley, yes. My apologies.
That's okay, okay. Okay, all those in favor? Opposed, if any? That's carried. 7.3.2, oh, pardon me, I lied. 7.4.2, variation application 2017-01.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Gibb. Whereas the town received a variation application from True Blue Developments to vary the following from the 13 required spaces to 5 parking spaces, from the required site of 5,000 square feet to 44,356 square feet, from the required site width of 50 feet to 33 feet, from the required front yard 10 feet to 0 feet. And whereas the town held a public hearing on May 23rd, 2017, therefore be it resolved the council does not approve the variation application number 2017-01 as submitted by True Blue Development.
Okay, just for clarification purposes, there were 2 variation hearings. One was last month and one was tonight, so this is the one from last month.
This was not tonight's.
This is not tonight's. Okay, any questions, queries, concerns? Yes?
So if it says does not approve the variation application, are we voting in the affirmative to confirm that?
To confirm the,
We do not approve it.
the
That would be-
non-approval.
Okay, so we vote in favor of not approving.
Right.
Okay.
That's what's being asked of us. You can vote any way you choose, but that's what's.
No,
being
no, for
asked.
sure.
All right. Call the question then. All those in favor of not approving? Okay. That's
We're
great.
so positive. We like to vote positive for things, even though we're turning them down.
7.4.3, Statutory Receiving Home.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Commodore. Be it resolved, council approve the request for extension of purchase agreement with Swampy Cree Holdings Limited for Lot B Plan 4550 for Phase 1 of the June 30th, 2017, or this is for Phase 1, from June 30th, 2017 to June 30th, 2018, Phase 2 to December 31st, 2019, as per discussion during the in-camera portion of the June 12th, 2017 Committee of the Whole.
Randy?
Can I also ask that we put an amendment to be it further resolved that the conditional use application be reflect to do the same? Because that was part of it.
So everybody's
I
fine
should
with
have
that?
told Jen that, that's
I'm
part of
fine.
the process. So it would be further resolved that the conditional use application
You'll add these
be
two?
extended to reflect the same.
How's everybody with that?
Fine.
Okay. You're okay?
Run that one by me again?
Basically, what we're saying is that the conditional use application be amended to accept what we have in this resolution.
Because there's a deadline.
There's a deadline on the conditional, they went through the whole hearing. So we're agreeing to extend the actual construction. In doing that, we have to agree to do the conditional use to extend that again too.
Oh, I see what you're
Yeah.
saying. So we're making a friendly amendment to add it
Yeah,
to this
to add it to,
resolution?
and it was my fault, I should have mentioned that to Jen, but the conditional use is also forming part of it.
Yeah, I would agree to that amendment, but that's not my
Okay.
motion.
I'll call the question. All in favor? Okay, it's carried. Okay, 7.6.1 pavement assessment.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Commodore. Whereas the airport manager has suggested the town hire an engineer to assess airport pavements for the following 2 projects: accommodation of aircraft displaced from the Grace Lake Airport closure and application to Transport Canada for ACAP funding for the rehabilitation of runway 13-31. And whereas the province has requested a transition plan and a list of any improvements necessary to support the relocation of displaced aircraft from Grace Lake Airport. Therefore, be it resolved, council authorize a request for proposal to be put out with regards to the hiring of an engineer to do the assessment of the PA Airport pavements. Thought you were going to give me any more long ones.
I can't make the motion, but I did read it. Okay, any discussion on this? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All in favor? It's carried.
One thing I didn't get.
Okay, committee reports. Museum Board, Councilor Rock.
The museum board met after our last Tuesday, or 2 Tuesdays ago, I guess, and the minutes, I believe, were submitted. Maybe not. But it was business as usual.
Okay. Yeah, we can check on that and get them added to the next one. Okay, Chamber of Commerce, Councilor Commodore.
No meeting.
No meeting? Okay. Sustainable Force, Councilor Rock.
No meeting, no report.
Citizens on Patrol, Councilor Commodore.
Yes, we had a meeting. No, I reported it last time. Didn't I? Yeah, I did. Okay.
Community Development Corporation, Councilor Rock, Gibb.
Meeting July 4th.
July 4th, sir.
July 4th.
Destination Marketing, Councilor Marsh.
We had 2 resumes come in for our economic development coordinator so far. I just want to say thank you to Carrie from the town here in the HR department. She's been helping us to get it posted a few places online. We ran it in the newspaper and we didn't get any hits, but we have got a couple now, so we'll be screening those resumes and such. And we also talked about setting up, appointing a treasurer and some signatories so that we can get things rolling with our own bank account and hopefully get the grants that have already been approved cleared up before long.
Okay. Recycling Board, Councilor Zelinski.
Yep, we met last week. Basically business as usual. Tonnage is up, and now we're not meeting again until September, so.
Okay. Okay, Paw Community Renewal Corporation, Councilor Marsh.
The Community Renewal Corporation is also helping to prepare for Canada Day with the parade and that sort of stuff. They just did the community cleanup last week. Unfortunately, they had to postpone it because the weather wasn't too cooperative, but they got a great turnout and they were able to make a donation to the Animal Shelter Committee. And they're also accepting grant applications right now for their housing fix-up grant. So if you want more information about that, you can give them a call, but they do have money available up to $2,500 to make beautification improvements to your house.
Nice. Library Board, Councilor Forward.
We met on June 8th, reported on it at the last meeting. We'll meet in July.
Okay. Joint Committee of Council, Councilors Commodore and Rock.
We haven't had a meeting.
Amber's been trying to arrange a meeting, but there's been lots of conflicts, so we're just trying to move to the next stage.
Okay. Kelsey School Division Committee, we did meet, but I believe it was on an in-camera basis, so I won't be reporting on that. All right. Citizen Spirit? All right, can I have a motion to adjourn, please?
Motion to adjourn.
I was like, oh.
Just about there. All right, so we'll move into